Well, Nick, congratulations on the win. That would seem to be more of the kind of overall effort you needed at speed from all of your players tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we played really hard tonight, Doug, I think, and a lot of the things that we trying to incorporate, we did most of them tonight. We got some out in transition. We got on the offensive glass. We tipped the ball around pretty good. I think it was, a really impressive defensive effort by our whole team.
The decision to go with Gary over Goran sure paid off. Does he just have that energy with that first group on just sort of a bit better fit, you think?
Yeah, just a little bit of what we talked about pregame. I think it gives us clearly a point guard and a backup point guard there with Goran, and lets him run the ball when he's on the floor, and those guys aren't wondering, kind of what's going on, and just kind of a last minute thing. Again, I think you're going to see some flexibility in the starting lineup.
Certainly got all of Scottie's game tonight too. What do you think of him?
No, I thought he was excellent. What I liked the most is he looked, he was at the front of the rim a lot tonight, right? He was really on putbacks and cuts and drives, and that's what we like to see. He's getting, be able to use some of that size and length. But he had a really good game tonight, that's for sure.
Thanks very much, Nick. Safe trip home. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, Doug.
Next question goes to Ryan Wallstat from the Toronto Sun.
Hey, Nick, I'm curious if you had much to say to Scottie after kind of that opener, obviously the rookie jitters and the bright lights and everything, and if you kind of expected maybe not quite what he did today, but a real bounce back from him.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he actually played pretty good in the opener. I know there wasn't a whole lot of bright spots there, and I did talk to him a couple times in between the games. But I just said, you did fine, man. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I guess I'd say more, maybe not as much jitters. Like he was kind of forcing it a bit more in the opener. Today seemed a little more calm just from watching.
I agree with that. He looked like he was much better tempo today, right? He played with more composure coming up the floor. He waited for his moment and took it to the rim, or just took the when they played off him, he took some jump shots, and I would agree. He kind of played at his speed tonight, maybe. Yeah.
Great, thanks.
Next question goes to Eric Corrine from The Athletic.
Hey, Nick. Thanks for taking the time tonight. Jayson Tatum really had it going in the second quarter, and you flip halves and suddenly he's very frustrated at what's going on out there. From your end, what did you see? What were you guys trying to do or trying to change from what happened in the second quarter?
Well, he's very good if you make mistakes, right? We made a few mistakes on him in the first half, and he made us pay for them, and we didn't make those mistakes in the second half. And I thought our help was better, or just our ball pressure was better than our help, and our kind of we put him in some tough situations in the paint with a lot of bodies around him, and just kept making it hard for him. And we didn't make, we just, messed up a switch here. We stayed off him in the, just a few little, mistakes on him, and he made us pay in the second quarter, but we cleaned that up. Great job by our guys.
I asked about OG's offense in the first game, pregame. His numbers certainly weren't great again. Did you like the mix a bit better tonight?
Well, I mean, I think, we talked about pregame that he would try to put his head down a little more and get in there. And he did that. So I think, as far as, us knowing and expecting what we wanted him to do, he did it. We probably got to clean up some spacing issues for him when he's driving. I would imagine we're getting in his way a bit. And same, I think Freddie had, when they're switching and Freddie'd hit the paint, we got some cleaning up to do on what our options are on some of that stuff for sure, so we can help those guys out.
Makes sense. Have a good trip back.
Thanks, Eric. Have a good night.
2 more questions for you, Coach. First one goes to Aaron Rose from SI.com.
Hey, Nick, congrats on the win.
Thanks.
How does a team without a traditional center grab so many offensive rebounds?
Well, miss a lot of shots. There's a lot of them available. Is one part of the formula, and then you just got to crack. Just send in more bodies. I was really happy, and I think more than anything, Aaron. Again, I just think there was a lot of effort going on, but I also think that we made a concerted effort to take it to the rim. And even though we weren't finishing much, especially early in the game, we were getting a lot of those misses back, getting 2 or 3 cracks, and still not sometimes coming away with anything. But the will was being, seen by our guys, and I think the rhythm. You guys are driving in there and they get to 4 feet and they're pump faking. Something's probably going up. So guys are coming in early and fighting on the weak side early, and again, I thought we had a decent length advantage at times in the game, and we put that to use.
And you mentioned Gary's defense pregame. Do you see him just being more active with his hands, and is that just a confidence in sort of not worrying if he's going to foul, or how is he getting so many deflections?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we like to try to be aggressive on the ball, and I think maybe that's a little different for him. Right. I think because it's taken some time to get him up, but now I think he's finding out he's got really quick hands while he's up there. He's got some good timing and some craftiness up there with his hands. Yeah.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank
Safe
you.
travels.
Yep. Thank you. Have a good night.
Final online question is going to go to Adam from the Daily Hive.
Hey Nick, I'm just wondering, just in terms of building on this performance, what are you telling the guys to make sure you're getting back at it tomorrow and not getting complacent with the win?
Yeah, I mean, I hope we don't get too complacent. I think it's a challenging game schedule wise and a challenging team, obviously super talented team. I don't. We got to play a certain way if we're going to win any game in this league, and hopefully we can figure out a way to do it tomorrow. I would imagine you're going to see a lot of bodies on the floor tomorrow. I would imagine there'll be a deep rotation of trying to find some energy and keeping guys somewhat fresh. We'll see. You never know. Guys can sometimes they'll surprise you sometimes that they can play a lot of minutes on a back-to-back, but I'm probably planning on short rotations and a lot of people tomorrow.
And then just in terms of Precious's game tonight, what did you like from him?
Just more solid, right? Again, asked him to get to the rim a little more. Thought he had a really good defensive game. I think we had a stretch in the second quarter where again, I talked about some of those mistakes, and there was many people involved, but there was a few of them there with our fives because they kept running this kind of twist action where they'd set one going one way and they'd come back and set another one going the other way, and we were having problems figuring that out a little bit. But since you're talking about Pret, he cleaned that up in the second half, right? He did a really good job of cleaning that up, and we didn't get nearly as hurt by that action in the second half. So I was really happy with his defense. I thought his driving the ball was good. I thought he was a presence, on the glass as well. Just a good, solid, really solid game for him.
You mentioned the point guard become the last minute decision. How last minute and what kind of tipped it?
Well, I've kind of been thinking about it a long time, and just knowing there's different ways to do it, and I just kind of originally settled on it because of the kind of the way we've done it in the past. And I don't know, I just didn't like the feel of it, and I was thinking about it a bunch, and just decided to kind of pull the trigger on it and go for it. And I obviously we played really well. That's not the biggest reason we played well, but I think that it made both of those guys more comfortable, right? It made Gary more comfortable to be out there and kind of feeding off the other guys, and it made Goran just comfortable running the second unit. The second unit had a great run there in the first half. And again, I thought Gary Trent had an awesome game, like driving to the rim. I mean, really made some great offensive plays and really tough on D.